What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, you can call me JD, and in this video I will be talking about one of the most unique Nike dunks we've seen drop so far this year. I will be talking about the Concepts Nike SB Dunk High Turdunken. What's good, fam? So in this video I will be breaking down the shoe. We'll get into the inspiration as well as the absolutely insane materials and quality of this sneaker. I also managed to cop the special box version, so I'll talk about everything else that came with the box. I'll also cover resale predictions, and we'll get into where this dunk ranks with some of the other SB dunks we've seen drop this year. So the Concepts Nike SB Dunk High Turdunkens, these officially released on November the 14th, initially only on the Concepts website. And to be honest, out of all of the sneakers that I copped so far this year, this was by far the most surprising, unexpected W of the year for me. I saw that these were releasing only on the Concepts website, so I automatically assumed I would take an L because of course bots usually eat up all online releases. But what Concepts did was they actually released the sneaker on a completely different URL, so a lot of the bots were absolutely not prepared for that. So that is why many people were able to cop this shoe manually, me being one of them. It only released in the US, and I am not a US resident. However, I do have a US address, and it took me like 5 minutes to even go and find my US address because I didn't know this would be a US exclusive. And even with taking all that time, I still managed to somehow cop these manually. So shout out to Concepts for the release and for releasing it on that different URL, so manual users actually had a chance to cop. So Concepts, they are based out of Boston, and they have a very long history with Nike SB. Of course, we've all heard of the lobster dunks. There has been several colorways now, the original red and blue ones, and more recently we had the purple lobster as well as the green lobster drop. And those have been some of the most coveted SB dunks to release in the last few years. So the name of the sneaker, the Turdunkens, of course are inspired by the Turdunken, which is a very popular Thanksgiving dish in the US. And I'll be honest, I had never heard of a Turdunken before. I had to Google what exactly that was. And it turns out it's pretty much a chicken stuffed into a duck, which is also stuffed into a turkey. So it's like three birds. If you love poultry, this is definitely the holy grail of meals. With the special box version, Concepts took this Turdunken theme to a whole other level. I mean, I've seen some crazy SB dunks in the past. This might just be one of the craziest SB dunks I've ever seen. Let's get into that, starting off with the shipping box. Yeah, even the shipping box is customized. We get this turkey inspired box. If you guys have ever had a turkey for Thanksgiving, you kind of know like the packaging it normally comes in. That's kind of where this box was inspired by. Getting into the sneaker box itself. Now, when you say these sneakers are fire, it literally is fire. I mean, have a look at this box. It's pretty much an oven. You can see the little knobs on the oven as well as the handle. So it's literally an oven box. And I think it looks absolutely insane. And I love the way it opens. It opens from the top. Getting into the box, the first thing I see is this turkey leg dinner. We get some mashed potatoes, some corn, as well as gravy. And of course you have this Nerf turkey leg. And it's in this football shape. You know, Thanksgiving and football in the US kind of just go hand in hand. We also get this Turdunken and Concepts Nike SB poster. Getting into the shoebox, when I first open the shoebox, I see these socks here, and they're basically these chicken socks. And I guess it's stuffed into the shoebox, kind of like a turducken where a chicken is stuffed into a duck. And if I remove the shoebox, you can look further into the box. You can see it's all fire, and you see that Concepts logo there. So it's pretty much meant to resemble an oven. So you got your turduckens cooking in the oven. I just think the whole concept, no pun intended, the whole concept of this box, they just really killed it with this whole theme. But let's talk about the star of the show here, which is obviously the shoes. The shoes themselves are inspired by just one out of the three animals in the Turdunken, and that is the ducks. They're inspired specifically by a mallard duck. The colors on the shoe come straight from the duck. As you can see, the swooshes, it's done in this iridescent blue on the lateral side and green on the medial side, which looks obviously very similar to the head of the duck. What impresses me the most about this sneaker is the materials. I have never felt suede like this on any shoe. The back of the shoe here, so this brown portion, it's done in like a very shaggy suede. And the front of the shoe along the toe box, that's also done in this really nice suede. The side panels of the shoe, I believe this is leather that has been cut to resemble like feathers. And I don't know how Nike was able to do that, but I love the way it looks visually, and it really goes with that whole duck theme. Also the suede on the toe box as well, a very nice buttery soft suede. Tongue is also done in that iridescent green color. The outsole done in this bright orange color, which contrasts pretty well, I think, with the brown. The inner lining of the shoe as well as the insole, you can see some graphic prints there, some trees. You also got some birds flying. You see the Concepts logo as well as the Nike SB Zoom Air. You get standard brown laces that come with the shoe, but along with that, you get these pretty cool gold laces and also some burgundy laces. Out of all of these options, I think the gold laces would probably look the best on the shoe. I mean, really, if we're talking quality, for me, this has probably got to be the best dunk we've seen this year when it comes to quality. I've just never felt materials like this on a shoe. It definitely has like a very premium feel to it. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this shoe in my size. I was just trying to check out as soon as possible, and I wasn't able to actually click on my size. But based on how other Nike SB Dunks fit me, I usually go true to size when it comes to high tops, and I'm pretty sure this will probably fit the same. So just go true to size for your best option. I'm gonna get into resale as well. Before I do that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that red button down there. Really helps your boy out, and of course smash that like button if you found this video useful. It really helps out the channel. But when it comes to resale, the special box version is selling for a pretty high amount. We're talking like 600 to 700 in most sizes. The normal version is going for about half of that. Normally when you see a sneaker as crazy as this, a collab as special as this, you would typically say that, you know, they're a pretty safe investment, they're gonna go up over time. But 2020 has proven to be a very weird year when it comes to holding on to any sneakers, especially with SB Dunks. I mean, pretty much the Travis Dunks have been the only Dunks that have kind of gone up over time. Pretty much every other SB released this year have proven to be bad holds. They've just kind of come down as time went on. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're in a pandemic and we're not really thinking too much about going outside. So buying the latest kicks is just not the most important thing for a lot of people right now. So for that reason, these are a bit risky to hold on to. I would actually suggest selling them to maximize your profit. I could also see these actually going up a lot in value next year if there's a big economic recovery. But like I said, it is a pretty risky hold, and I'm just not so sure it's worth the risk. If you guys missed out on the release and wanted a cop, I will leave my StockX affiliate link down in the description. What are my final thoughts? Are these a cop or a drop? So for me, this is an example of a sneaker which is like most other crazy Nike SB Dunks. They're amazing in concept. They're amazing to have on your wall back here. Not so practical when it comes for like everyday use. Like, I'll be honest, I have no idea what type of outfit I would wear with a pair of shoes like this. So for me personally, it's a drop. However, if you are a fan of Nike SBs, this pretty much ticks all the boxes. It reminds us kind of like the glory days of Nike SBs when there were just so many crazy collabs and the hype on SBs were at an all-time high. If these released like 10 years ago, the hype on these would be insane. And when you compare it with all of the SB Dunks we've seen drop this year, for example, the Strange Love Dunks, the Grateful Deads, I really do think that this shoe should be in that conversation for best SB Dunks to drop this year. However, I feel like it's not getting as much hype as those pairs, maybe because it's a high top, and we've seen that people clearly prefer the low tops over the high tops. Of course, not on this channel, you guys know that. But really, yeah, I feel like on the resale market especially, these are very undervalued when compared to some of the other SBs this year. But that's pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of the Nike SB Dunk High Concepts Turdunkens? I wasn't able to get these in my size, so unfortunately I can't give you guys an on feet, but I would love to see your on feet pics. You can tag me on Instagram. I'll definitely repost it to my stories. The handle is right here. It is at JDKick6. Make sure you guys follow me, and thank you so much for watching this video and for messing with the channel and for stopping by. You guys are the best. Until next time, peace.